Hi, welcome back to the Citizen channel. And let's look forward, and I say that very tentatively. Let's look forward to a trip. Yes, another trip. I'll be there. If you see me, guys, come and say hello to the Emirates. Of course, we used to be quite good there, didn't we? But we struggled certainly recently. So I expect a little bit of a struggle this time as well. I think Arsenal perhaps just got the edge over us at the moment, as we're still bedding in a style with Pep, aren't we? But you never say never, do you? Well, I sometimes do. Right, we're looking at Arsenal versus City, match day 5, 4:30 p.m. kickoff in the English Premier League. This is my little preview. We'll check out Arsenal's start to the season. Yeah, they've done okay. We'll talk about that. We'll look at a possible Pep's 11 after that Napoli game, which was last night as I'm recording this. A quick turnaround, of course. Will it be 3 of the same 11 on the trot? We'll have a look. The bookies, we'll check out the latest league and match odds. And also, of course, Andy Morrison, Mr. Positive himself. Yes, definitely more positive than I am. Andy Morrison, and of course, my own little predictions. I'm recording this straight after that Napoli game on the 19th of September, so all information as far as injuries. I think most of the guys seemed okay last night, so everything seems to be okay as far as injury-wise. Please, guys, before we just have a quick look, give that like button a hit. That'd be wonderful. There's a hype button now, isn't there, somewhere on YouTube? Although one of my laptops, I can't see it, but I can see it on the other one, so I don't understand how these things work. But yeah, press that hype. There's a hype thing up there. Press the hype button, guys. It helps the channel, helps the logarithms, or algorithms, are they called? Or algorithm, not logarithms. That's some little books, isn't it? We did at school. Well, old people like me, anyway. So yeah, if you can help us out, guys, any sort of help you can give, or promotion, spread the word. It's wonderful. And of course, there are different worlds, so we do sponsorships as well. But a bit more of that later. We'll get on with this. We'll get on with this preview of the Arsenal game. I'll mention if you're interested in any promotions or other ways of supporting the channel. Just stay tuned later on. The game's going to be shown on Sky Sports main event and Sky Sports Premier League. As far as the City site, I'm sure the live show will begin around 3:15 p.m. You've got Izzy Christiansen joins Natalie Pike in the studio with Michael Brown and FCFC lads. Luke Stanley coming live from the North London ground before, during and after the action. FG as well, I forgot about him. How can I forget FG? You can also listen, of course, to audio commentary from Alistair Mann. I think Michael Brown will be alongside him as well for that. Right, let's check out Arsenal's Arteta's Arsenal match days 1 to 4. Yeah, they got a 1-0 win at United, which no great shakes really, is it? But then they battered Leeds at home 5-0, and then they lost late on to Liverpool. And of course, the sort of semi-battered Forest 3-0 at the Emirates. So they're always better at the Emirates, aren't they? Until it gets near the end of the season, they start to draw games because panic sets in. Well, normally anyway, but we'll see this season. So conclusions so far. So I think good for Arteta. I think they won the games they expected to, and only a great strike, of course, late on against Liverpool at Anfield stopped them from getting something from that game as well. So it was a bit of a stodgy, careful game, though. That's the problem with Arteta away from home. He doesn't take too many chances, but at home, I think he's a little bit of a different animal, isn't he? After us, they've got Newcastle away, West Ham at home, Fulham away, Palace at home, Burnley away, and Sunderland away. I predict anywhere from a minimum of 14 to 16 points out of those 6 games out of 18. So, yeah, they'll still be up there at the top, more near the top, I think, by the end they've played us and those other 6 games as well. Latest form, of course, they've got a couple of extra days rest over us. Of course, they had to go abroad, but only to Spain, so it was not a big trip. But of course, they played against Athletic Club Bilbao, or Atletico Bilbao, we used to call them in the old days, on Tuesday night. So, of course, a couple of days extra rest for them. Thanks, UEFA or League, whoever decided on that. And yeah, a 2-0 win, thanks to 2 second-half goals. But they were far from convincing. It was a bit of a stodgy, again, I will use that word again, a bit of a cool sort of first half from Arsenal, and in fact Athletic had 2 or 3 reasonable chances, and that they would have hoped to have taken 1 or 2 of those, because in the second half Arsenal did up the tempo a little bit and scored the 2 goals, one fairly late on, but it was a good enough European performance from Arsenal. Likely position this season for me, I still believe it'll take us time to get bedded in. I take Pep time to get new tactics. We've seen it already, a new style of play for City. So I still believe it's between Arsenal and Liverpool. As I said, I would probably put my money on Liverpool just because Arsenal are just so prone to start letting things slip when it gets to the crucial part of the season. And as far as this game's concerned, I do worry. We got stuff last season, of course. We did 5-1. I do worry that this could turn into another battering for us if we don't quite get things right, because if we start hoofing it forward, the ball's just going to keep coming back at us. And if we do concede early, I worry even more about heads going down, etc., etc. I mean, there's always a possibility Arsenal might go 1 or 2 up and then relax a little bit, and we might sneak back into it. But yeah, I do worry about this one, guys. I've very rarely over the last 12, 13 years predict many games where I don't think City will win. But I'll tell you now, this is one I'm not confident about. Let's have a look at the squad against Napoli. The starting 11, Donnarumma, Kusanov, Diaz, Gvardiol, O'Reilly, Rodri, Bernardo, Reinders, Foden, Dogu and Haaland. On the bench, there's not too many of these guys would even, I think, come into the equation for playing against Arsenal anyway. And if anyone not on the bench, I have to assume is not going to be fit enough to play against Arsenal. They might be sort of available for the bench because we've still got a couple of young lads on here, haven't we, as well? Of course, on the bench, we had Trafford, Bettinelli, if we get them two. Aki's probably the only one, but Pep seems to be happy, doesn't he, with the old O'Reilly at the moment. We've got Gonzalez, of course, who as a replacement for Rodri's fantastic, but now Rodri only got a bit of a rest last night, and we have to assume that Rodri's going to start against Arsenal. Of course, Nunes, which was unusual. Certainly against Napoli, once they went down to 10 men, perhaps Pep could have given Nunes a bit of a run out, but there's a second half. We scored early in the second half, so there's probably no need for it, was there? Bob, Mukasa, Lewis and Mifune, of course, on the bench. So, sadly, this game doesn't tell us too much about City. We're hoping if we had a good, positive performance against the strong Italian champions, league leaders at the moment, it might tell us something. But playing against 10 men, it was never going to say too much. We managed to break them down, which is a good sign, even when they put men behind the ball. But I would have been happy seeing 11 versus 11 and getting the win and seeing a positive. But it's hard to take too much from this game. And to be honest with you, as far as that 11 is concerned, they all deserve another crack at Arsenal, don't they? All that team deserve another start. So will Pep go 3 games with the same 11? The only doubt I had in this Napoli game was Aki might come in because of his experience. And it's exactly the same for me at the Emirates. Again, Aki might come in because of his experience. But I think Pep's happy. The team's happy. The key element to this, of course, the other night was Rodri getting through it, and he was able to bring him off brilliantly because it sort of just panned out nicely for us. So yeah, again, no injuries. It's hard to ignore the fact that Pep might just play. I mean, I think it was a bit. Did he get questioned on him playing the same 11? It was a bit offhand or funny about it anyway, but he'll probably do it again. I can't see anything different. So there you go. As I say, apart from Aki coming into it again, which I thought might happen against Napoli, but I'll go with the same 11. I don't any reason to change it and say there's no one fit enough to come back into the team. So we're going to go Donnarumma, Kusanov, Diaz, Gvardiol, O'Reilly, Rodri, Bernardo, Reinders, Foden, Doku and Haaland. Guys, let me know your thoughts. I just don't see any reason why he will change it as long as everyone's come out of that game fine and there's no signs that anyone didn't. Same 11, same again, Pep. Whether it's good enough, we'll see, won't we? Well, here's the predictions. Mozart, of course, is Mr. Positive. He probably did this about a month ago even before the season started or just as the season started, so he didn't have any idea how City was settling in. Well, he said about this game, he said, probably the toughest away game of the season. Anfield, mate. Anfield. I mean, Anfield is tougher than, we all right, last couple of times we've struggled, but, we've had a good record at the Emirates the last few years. Anyway, they are defensively solid, said Andy, have creativity in midfield and threats in attack. So while nothing new would surprise me in this game, it would be naive for me to say we're going to rock up and win easily. I'm going for a scoring draw, and I think most City fans will be happy with that. If it happens, I'll be absolutely delighted if that happens. A draw for me is like a victory at this point in time. He's going to go 2-2. You can get 12-1 on that, 14-1 on Bet365. So if you fancy Andy's prediction, for me, I'm sorry, I just can't be as positive. I can't see us getting anything out of this. I just think we're not ready. We're not right yet. I think later in the season, certainly when we're playing at the Etihad, I think we've got a really good chance of beating Arsenal. But I think they're just more settled at the moment. They're at the Emirates. Arteta knows how to play at the Emirates. He knows City are not the force we used to be. I think we'll be fairly proactive, and if Arsenal are proactive, then they're going to win this. I can't see us getting anything out of it. So I'm going to go. Hopefully not a 5-1. I'm just going to go for a 3-1 loss. I just don't think we'll do it. Sorry, guys. I wish I could be a bit more positive, but I think a lot of fans are a bit worried about this one, so I don't think I'm alone. You get 14-1, 16-1 at Bet365 on that one. Just to look at some of the other odds, please gamble responsibly when the fun stops and all this sort of thing. Seek help, guys, if you're struggling with gambling addiction. Other popular score lines with the bookies, a 1-1 is 6-1. You get 7s at 365. A 1-0, these are all 1-0 Arsenal win is 7-1, 8-1 at 365. A 2-1 Arsenal win is 7-1, 17-2 with 365. If you fancy a City win, to do a 1-0. That's the best option for a City win, 12-1 you can get on that one. As far as the Premier League is concerned, yeah, no surprise. Liverpool have moved in now, or jumped in, from 7-4 last week now to 5-4 against. Arsenal have moved in because, yeah, why not? They've gone from 7-4 into 13-8. I expect that to move in a little bit more as well if they demolish us on Sunday. And we're steady at 7-1, although Chelsea have now gone back out. I think that's the trouble with Chelsea now. They're going to be in and out like a fiddler's elbow, I think, all season. Chelsea are now out to 12-1, but City are still third favourites at 7-1. I think those odds are quite fair, to be honest with you. I think they're reasonable. The match odds themselves are very interesting. If you love City and you want us to win and your heart rules your head, yeah, City are 11-4 for this. And now, what is good is for Arsenal fans, 10-11. I mean, for any fan wanting to win a few quid, 10-11, almost. Evens odds against. I mean, 10-11. You may as well go for it. For Arsenal fans, you may as well have a go. Or if you're a City fan and you just want to earn a few quid, and if we do win, fantastic. You might lose a few quid, but hey, so what? I don't care. I've done it before. I used to do it in derby games. I used to bet on United to win, and then if we did lose, of course, most of the time I gained money out of it. And if we did win, I didn't give a toss anyway. I was just glad we won. So that's the one way of looking at it. But Arsenal are 10-11. Great price if you fancy that, and a draw is 5-2, so it's shorter in the place. So there you go, guys. That's the odds. Hope you enjoyed the content. Of course, it's going to be a busy week next week from after the Arsenal. Of course, I'm going down to Huddersfield, and we've obviously got a home game against Burnley. I actually fly out to Turkey on the Sunday, though, so there's going to be a couple of previews missing and stuff like this while I'm on my annual holidays. I've got to of course enjoy it, and I can't be part of enjoying it is actually getting on with the holiday and doing holiday things rather than vlogs, etc. But there will be a vlog every day, of course there will be previews going out. A lot of them have already been partly done now, so yeah, hopefully if we get a good internet connection we'll be fine. But anyway, the player ratings for this of course will be out on Monday the 22nd of September, and also on Monday the 22nd of September I'll have the preview of Huddersfield game, so there'll be two out on then. There you go. So I might be struggling to do them while I'm away, but you're getting plenty now. And the story of the game will be out on the 23rd of September. And keep an eye out for my, of course, match day 6 as well. Match day 5 is already out there, back in time between Arsenal and City. So check that out, a game from history. And of course, there will be a special on the City versus Burnley as well. Match day 6 coming out next week. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Lots of stuff on the channel, as ever, whether I'm here or I'm in Turkey. Don't make any difference. Always loads of stuff on the channel. Thanks for watching, guys. If you do want to contact me or find ways of supporting the channel with the sponsorships, etc., all you ever have to do is keep watching and listening.
Thanks for that, guys. Hope you enjoyed the feature anyway, and please, if you can, give us a thumbs up, give us a like, that'd be wonderful. And if you're not already a subscriber, it'd be great if you could subscribe. It's absolutely free. Also, check out all my social media links. Will be in the description and comments below if you want to follow me on TikTok, Instagram, X, Facebook. We can chat on there and do all things City, of course. Also, if you're into film and TV, don't forget a lot of this channel is film and TV stuff. I love my film and TV like I do City. So if you're into that, have a look. Or even though someone who might not be that bothered about the football but likes film and TV, give them a kick in my direction. I'll be very grateful. And special thanks as ever to supporters of the channel. McAtee, they've got a little eBay shop selling film and TV memorabilia mainly, including books, magazines, posters, lots of posters, and they do have some City stuff as well that they've purloined off me over time, so there'll be a few bits and pieces, probably more going on as well. So have a look at McAtee on eBay. And yes, if you do go onto eBay, and if you're a member, we do have memberships, 99p a month. You get early access to all my vlogs, so as soon as I do them, you get them. Sometimes it could be months before they're published generally, so a lot of the history stuff, so you have access. The membership gives you access to that. It gives you 10% extra off at McAtee if you want to buy any of that memorabilia. That's all that you can actually gain that from being a member and support the channel. That's a great way of supporting the channel, of course, like watching the ads on the original thing that you've seen now, my original feature. That'd be fantastic. So yeah, also before we go, podcasts. If you like your podcasts, I do a podcast with Mike Long in South Korea. It's called Bolt from the Blue, in our 8th season. Yeah, we've had some good fun on there. We're trying to have a bit of humour, generally look at City's games as and when we play them, have a look back. So please check out that. It's on Soundcloud, Spotify, all good places you get your podcasts from. There you go, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed everything about this feature, and you didn't mind me asking you about this at the end. And please, all I ever ask for you is to stay safe, everyone, especially you Blues.